Good morning and happy Monday. It is the 28th of February today, and today is the first day of my fresh start. If you watched my weighing video on Friday, you will know that I am just completely reinventing my weight loss journey. I have a new plan, so to speak, and today is day one of that plan. So I don't really have any sort of like strict workout regime or anything like that, but with it being my first day, I'm just kind of basically saying go hard as you can every day. Obviously that is going to be different day to day, but as long as I know that I am giving it my all, I'm giving it my 100%, then I get a big tick next to that day. So I wake up at about 6ish. I do want to start getting up earlier because for me, if I get up late or sort of like later in the day, I just have this sort of like internal feeling that I've already failed. I know that's really silly, but I just really feel so much better and so much more productive when I get up that little bit earlier. So my alarm went off at 6. I got out of bed at about 6:15, and then I was getting myself ready for the gym. Realised I actually started my period today, which was like, oh, okay, that's not the best like thing to happen, but I am sort of, I've just got this mantra of no excuses, no excuses, be stronger than my excuses. If anything sort of like pops into my head that's like a potential to not do something that I've set out to do, I'm just challenging myself to not use any excuses to not fulfill what I've intended to do. Because I'm a strong person and I know if I dig deep enough, I can do anything I set my mind to. It's just it's all about mindset. So that's what I've kind of said to myself. So obviously I was like, right, okay, that's just that, just something else to deal with. And then I got myself to the gym, and I did, like I said, I'd not really set out to do anything in particular. I'm still a little bit sick in terms of like my virus. Feel loads better than I felt on Friday. I think I've somewhat recovered from it. It's just literally the aftermath, you know. My chest is still a little bit tight. I've got quite a sore nose, but all in all, I'm loads better now. So I've also like jacked up my leg a little bit with skating. I got an injury from skating. Some of you may have seen in last week's weighing video, I think I showed the bruise. The bruise is like significantly less now, but the soreness is still there. It's a lot less tender, but it's still a little bit sore. So I wasn't 100% sure on what I was going to do, what I was going to be able to do. Started off on the treadmill, did sort of like a hill walk, fast-paced walk, and then I just like, something just clicked and I was just like, I want to run. So I ran for a bit, and I was doing sort of intervals of running, hill walking, running, hill walking, and I did that for about 3k in total. And then I decided to do some bicycling, did that for a bit, and then I did some weights. I ended up stopping my workout before I ended my workout. I ended up stopping my Apple log of my workout before my workout ended. So I ended it, and I think I ended on like, I want to say like, I don't know how many calories I burned actually. But I just wasn't that bothered about tracking it. I ended up doing some weights at the end for about probably an extra 20 minutes. But my watch was, I like must have knocked something on it. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to end it. I'm not really bothered. And then I just had some time in the steam room and the hydrotherapy. I'm putting a lot of importance on stretching. I don't really stretch very much. And I do get quite a lot of like shoulder issues, lower back issues, so I think it's good to put importance on your flexibility. So I've started like stretching in the hydrotherapy pool and just thinking about that a little bit more. So that was good. Really I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased that I went and did a workout. On the way home, I have some really wild period cramps going on right now, like ridiculously intense. Pain with my period tends to be quite sporadic. I do think it's linked to what I'm eating. If I'm being particularly good and I've not had a shed ton of bread and, you know, refined carbs and sugar, I tend to not have as much pain. But I've not really focused on my diet over the weekend at all, because I mean, it's really silly because on Friday I was like so eager to get started. I could have just started on Saturday, but I just knew that it wasn't the right time. Today is the right time. Today is definitely the right time. So yeah, I'm in quite a lot of pain with that, but hopefully next month it shouldn't be as painful, because the new sort of plan that I'm doing is somewhat an anti-inflammatory diet, so that's going to help so much with period pain, because I think a lot of my pain comes when I've eaten a lot of foods that inflame the body and create retention and swelling, obviously of your internal organs. So yeah, I think that's why I get most of my period pain. I don't know the scientific reasons behind it. Obviously your uterus is shedding, so I know it's got a lot to do with that, but I do think a lot of it for myself can be avoided, because when I've had lower carb diets or lower sugar diets in the past, I've noticed a reduction in pain. So it is now 10 to 10, Cowboys High. I'm home. I've made myself a green tea. I quickly caught up with Jim. He's headed out. And I am going to drink my green tea, create myself like an agenda for the day, because I've got quite a lot of stuff I want to do today. So I'm going to write it all down, get it out of my head, drink my green tea, and then I'll be making a protein shake for my breakfast at some point. But yeah, day one is going to be successful. I'm going to make it work. I'm just, yeah, I'm sick of giving myself so many excuses, and I'm sick of not being as strong and capable as I know that I can be. I've been through a lot of shit in my life. I've been in a lot of really bad places, and the only person that I've ever had to truly rely on is myself to get myself out of them places. And yeah, I just know that I know that I've got so much more to give, and I'm just giving myself such a disservice for not doing it. So now it's time to really see what I can do. So it's going to be really hard. It's going to be extremely hard. It's obviously a lot easier on day one to have loads of motivation and be like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I know there's going to be times where I'm probably going to be crying at everyone. And yeah, it's going to get really tough. But then nothing worth having comes easy. So I'm going to go drink my tea. And happy Monday to you all. Have just made myself a cup of free ginger tea, and I'm hungry. So it's 2:20. So I've just made myself a protein shake and some food, which I'm going to show you in a moment. But I have just decided, well, not just decided, but I decided today that I was going to start using the NutriCheck app rather than MyFitnessPal to track and log my food and calories, just to see how I get on with it, see if I prefer it. I just thought it would be another like good thing to do differently, to kind of switch things up a bit. It is like, as I'm doing a new plan, I just thought it would add another element of newness to sort of like my weight loss journey. So another reason why I just thought about sort of like changing from my Fitness Pal to Nutricheck was the fact that I was noticing more and more that the foods and things that had been logged in my Fitness Pal wasn't very accurate in terms of the sort of like weight, in terms of the calories. If you were to check sort of like the sort of like pre-logged foods and then against the packets and that kind of thing. And I'm just trying to be more accurate, and I'm trying to be on it as much as possible. So yeah, the few reasons why, but I just thought I'd let you know. So I have made myself a strawberry Protein World Slender Blend protein shake. Delicious, I love it. And I've also got some salmon, which was absolutely delicious. I really enjoyed it this morning. Some smoked salmon, some olives, and some sun-dried tomatoes. The calories for everything collectively is 443. So yeah, I'm gonna go and enjoy this. So it is now 6:15 and I'm going to start preparing tea because I'm getting quite hungry, and I have lots of vegetables to prepare because we're having med veg with some fish tonight. Still got really bad period cramps, so I have a hot water bottle with me at all times. And I'm really looking forward to getting cozy in bed and snuggling up. I've started reading David Goggins' book You Can't Hurt Me, and it's really good. So looking forward to continuing that. But let's get making dinner. So dinner was really yummy. I am such a big fan of Mediterranean veg, really tasty. I have actually just made my dessert, which is some kefir and some berries. This comes in at 231 calories. It's actually quite a decent amount, so that's a really nice tasty dessert. So I thought I'd just chat a little bit about how I felt today on day one of my new weight loss plan. In terms of like food, literally no problem at all. I've really enjoyed everything that I've eaten. I've not felt like overly hungry. I've not felt restricted in any way. I really enjoyed having the salmon and like the sun-dried tomatoes and things like that. I think it's when I'm sort of like being really proactive with not having too many carbs, it really does make me make better choices in terms of food that I do really enjoy, that I can eat more of, and and it's just better for me and my health all around. So yeah, so far so good. I mean, I'm in a lot of pain with my period, and that's kind of like put me in a bit of a grouchy mood and not feeling like really sort of like tip top. But I went to the gym. So far I'm on my calorie goal, and I'm more than certain I am not going to go over it. So yeah, day one going really, really well. I will show you a little rundown of everything that I have eaten. Obviously I am now using NutriCheck, so it does look a little bit different. So as you can see, for breakfast I had my protein shake and some smoked salmon. For lunch I had a protein shake with some smoked salmon, olives, sun-dried tomatoes. Yep, that's it, I think. My dinner I had some haddock, and I didn't use any sort of like oils or anything like that, and it just tasted delicious. It was totally didn't need it. And obviously the med veg. Here is my dessert along with an apple. That was my workout, but I don't count my workout calories. So I have eaten 1,234. I still have 166 calories if I do want to eat them. I only have 1 gram of carbs left though, so if I do have something, it'd have to be protein or fat based. I will do a little rundown of my macros as well, just so that you can see. So I'm quite happy with that. That's a balance that I'm trying to go for. Obviously having more protein being the blue, less carbs being the purple, and sort of like a more balanced amount of fats. I'll also just show you a rundown of my nutrition. I am quite significantly high on the sodium, so I need to try and keep that in check. Also on my sugar as well. So but it's day one, so I can just keep trying on these things. These are little sort of like things alongside the main sort of like calorie goal and protein, fats and carbs. But I just thought it was like an interesting thing to also show you, of like an overall view of how I've done for the day. So that's it. Day one is completed and successful. I do really have a lot of optimism about my changes that I've made. I do think they're going to really, really work, so I'm very excited. I'm not holding out massively for anything dramatic on Friday, as I obviously didn't eat very well over the weekend, so it's only 4 days. But I'm going to try my best. I'm going to stick to this, and hopefully by the end of March I will have quite a significant loss. So yeah, I'm gonna go and enjoy my dessert, edit this video, and I will see you all tomorrow. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so, and I'll send some happy vibes just your way. If you have enjoyed today's video, please pop up your thumb, and until tomorrow's video, I hope that you stay happy, healthy and well. I love you all. Bye.